We're good. We are live. It tells me that we are live.
Great show. Stewart Rev Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef. Our chef begins to roll. I made the casserole from the food department.
Yeah, use your other hand.
To answer your question, due to the culinary movers and shakers, you or want to know. Store playlist.
3 people watching already. Oh, y'all. Hey.
I don't see nobody. Why will be drinking wine? Well, good morning on this beautiful Sunday morning. It's turning out to be post-Christmas 2025, heading into a new year. Next week when we come back, it'll be a whole new year.
Yeah. Well, no, it'll be a couple of days old. It won't be brands. It won't have that New Year smell anymore.
Okay. Post to it, though.
Yeah.
Post
What
to
does
it.
a New Year's smell like?
Yeah.
Hangover and regret.
But new year, new me, new.
You never can get that right.
No.
Every year, it's a tradition. Mike knew something and knew something. Something's new.
I knew it.
I knew something was new.
Yeah, that's it. But welcome to the show, folks. I hope y'all had a wonderful wonderful Thanksgiving,
Wonderful.
Christmas, and Easter. So
Yeah. I hope you had an enlightened solstice.
there you go. That was,
A nifty Kwanzaa.
there you go.
Hope it's all good for you.
Yeah, hope it is. I hope 2026 is even better.
What did you
anyway.
eat for Christmas?
Huh?
What did you eat for Christmas?
Too much.
All the wrong stuff. Yeah, we had we did a pork tenderloin.
Ooh,
I had a
How'd you
couple
do
of
it?
So
chicken sandwiches.
I wanted to do it on a smoker, but I got overruled by one person.
Yeah.
But anyway, we did.
When are we gonna take the plunge and do porchetta?
I don't know.
what is that?
Porchetta is a Italian roast of pork, which is where the pork comes from.
Mm-hmm.
You take the pork loin
Mhm.
and you wrap it inside a pork belly.
Hmm.
So that was what Simon did at the thing we were talking about earlier. And then you slow roast it. And what happens is the pork belly, which is the part that bacon is cut from,
Mhm.
gets insanely crisp on the outside, and the fats from it render into that really lean pork loin.
Mm,
And you just slice down it, so you've got 2 different cuts of meat in there. It's just unbelievable.
sounds like it. Wow.
It is. And the one that Simon Majumdar did with us, with Chris Sherrill, was he asked Chris, I see you got the pork belly. Where's the pork loin? Pork loin? I didn't hear nothing about no pork loin. Well, what am I going to stuff it with? Chris Sherrill goes, we got an ice chest full of duck breast over here. So we stuffed the pork belly with duck breast,
Ooh,
apples, maybe figs.
wow.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it was good, because
That sounds
now
good.
you've got the same thing going on the inside that you do on the outside, which is all that crispy skin.
Phew.
Oh my gosh, that was the best porchetta.
Well, I found some. They call them pork ribeyes.
Yeah, pork ribeyes.
And I found 2 of those at a good price. I bought them. I thought I was going to cook those, but I went to another store and I found a pork strap off half loin boneless. Now it sounds weird the way it's pronounced,
You got a
the
picture?
way to describe it. No, but it's about that long.
Yeah.
And about that round.
Yeah, that's the regular loin roast, as opposed to the tenderloin, which is the smaller one.
The real, yeah. So I got
Yeah.
that, and we got days out of it. Still got
Yeah,
some more left.
that's what goes inside the pork belly
Yeah.
on porchetta.
Mhm.
Was the one that you got.
Yeah.
And you wrap it in it, and then you truss it up with butcher's twine all the way down every couple of inches, and that keeps it in a round roast
I
shape.
could have just wrapped some bacon around it, could I?
Not exactly the same with pork. The pork belly is not smoked,
Mm-hmm.
so you would actually be making that taste like bacon. Plus, it's 1.5 inches thick, not bacon
So do
thick.
you put in a specific blend of spices on it? Or
Whatever you're in the
spice
mood for.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, generally in Italy, it probably would have been olive oil with basil and oregano. that kind of stuff, salt,
Gotcha.
pepper, garlic.
Wow.
It is incredible. I used to do it at Bella. We would do porchetta there until it became impossible to get a butcher's twine. So what I would do is I would lay the pork loins on the bottom of the roasting pan and lay the pork belly flat on top of it.
Mhm.
And it makes the best pulled pork you've ever had in your life.
Why is pork butcher's twine?
To keep it rolled up.
No, I mean, you said it became.
The person who was sourcing things kept forgetting to go to the butcher's department and ask them for butcher's twine. Now, I was trying not to throw somebody under the bus, but thanks, Steve. Yeah.
I've got like 2.5 rolls somewhere in my house.
Sourcing stuff. Yeah, sourcing stuff. There was a challenge because no, it wasn't him.
Oh,
just because I put it on a list did not mean that they were going to notice that it was on the list, because for whatever reason, the person doing the purchasing never marked stuff off the list. So they just always had an open list and they were trying to remember if they had stuff or not.
wow.
Yeah.
Semi-organized, but not quite organized.
No, not organized at all. It was it was rough.
A long time ago, before you could actually buy it off the shelf, I would ask the butcher when they actually did butchering.
Yeah,
at, like Del Champs.
And that was what I would tell them to do. Just when you're at the butcher shop, ask them for, and they did that for a few times, then they forgot.
The Stuckey's and Sam's do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they may even put the porchetta together for you, but I'm sure they've got butcher's twine.
If you buy it all there, yeah.
That's an awesome place.
Yeah. And have you been to the Butcher's Block in 8 Mile?
No.
It's been there a very long time too. It recently changed hands, but I rode by the other day and Mike, guess what they had painted out on the window? School bus stop pizzas sold inside.
What's that?
The school bus stop pizzas.
Huh.
Remember the pizzas we got in elementary school?
In the cafeteria?
Yeah. There are people that crave those.
Oh, you better believe it.
I don't think
They even have it online now. You can get the recipes on.
We actually, when I went to school, we actually had wholesome meals when I went to school.
Pizza's very wholesome. I mean, you think about it, you've got, in tomato sauce, you've got a lot of vitamins and minerals. Cheese gives you protein, meat gives you protein, loaded up with vegetables. You've got some bread. Yeah. I mean, but you eat one slice. That's a meal.
No.
We as Americans do not eat one slice.
Oh, man, you got to.
Because we're in America and we can do what
we can afford more than one. Yeah. It's just like soccer. It's great in other countries, but we're in America, we can afford interesting ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What'd you do, Stu, for Christmas?
Slept all day, watched a lot of YouTube.
Didn't have anything good to eat?
I told you I had 2 tuna fish sandwiches. Oh, and I did them upright too with finely diced red onion mixed in. The way the Lord intended.
You went all out.
I also had a cheeseburger from Mason Hill Farms. My niece gifted a bunch of us with selections from Mason Hill Farm, and I got 2 packs of the.
So we got from the station. We got big old package of meat.
Yeah, and I got the jalapeno burgers. I made a patty melt as soon as I got home, Christmas Eve with it, and then for lunch the next day I just made a regular hamburger, dressed it the way the original hamburgers were dressed, which is my favorite way: mustard, ketchup, onion, pickle. That's all that went on burgers originally.
See, it's the thing they don't draw up in all this popular media is that, as single guys, what are we supposed to eat?
Burgers?
There's no big turkey meal for us. There's no, you start it. Yeah, it's called meatloaf, buddy.
I love meatloaf.
I like it.
Especially it's got a little crusty crunchiness around the edge. That dark caramelization.
And boy, does it make a good sandwich the next day, slapped in some white bread.
There.
We will talk about meatloaf when we come back. How about
I would like to talk further about that. Yeah.
About the whole meatloaf genre. It's a genre.
More than one meatloaf?
Oh, yeah.
You can let your meatloaf on different levels?
Yeah. I'm not referring to the singer.
We can say what we want to say. The FCC's no longer upstairs.
Yeah.
So about loafing your meat.
Yeah. And what's the chances they or anyone else is listening right now?
Three people are.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I see
going
four.
there. I didn't even think of that, and then you had to bring it up.
251-343-0106. Mike, what does that number do?
That is the post-Christmas calling line.
Post Christmas calling line. Okay. That's funny.
We do request, y'all.
I got something. Before we get in meatloaf, I need to talk about that. I don't know how to present it here. That shit is chili bags. The guy brought me from Africa. No idea what you're talking about. I meant to bring it today, but I told him, I said, I just don't know how I'm going to talk about this item on the air because the thing's shit.
Yeah, shit-o is not the same word.
They'll say dry keep so
Right.
the protein on it is shrimp and fish.
Yeah, bring it. And we'll talk about it when you bring it.
I meant to bring it. So.
Yeah.
That right. I took it off my laptop.
Because that way you can put that up there when we're saying it, and there's proof. This is the name of the thing.
Over $10,000 in back taxes. You called every
If there were going to be any issues.
No, we'll talk about when I bring it.
Yeah.
And you're sick of it. What you really need.
Yeah. But I remembered I did do a really nice Christmas breakfast. So I'll mention that too. I went old school.
Choose a new start. You deserve
Fucking pots of caked up coffees. And then looked at Kevin and Kendra and said, I just need one of those. Y'all can have the rest. You just want one cup of coffee? That's all I need. She gave me two.
Don't wait until another tax season ends.
And they ended up getting the great value breakfast blend because there was no Starbucks breakfast blend. It was the only Starbucks coffee I liked.
So what's the? I stopped at Wawa, which I told you about. I like their coffee.
Well, I wasn't going to drink it. Who drinks coffee? Unless it's iced with plenty of cream and sugar in it, the way it's intended to be.
It's like the way I drink. I drink mine hot.
Hot? Who drinks coffee hot? Let me, no cream or sugar in it. Is this us, by the way?
9/11 veterans
Oh, okay.
are tested
I just heard Christmas music. I'm like, oh, is bringing us back with something?
for nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans. Everyday
I
life.
meant to send you an email and said, man, you need to do Christmas with the Devil
Adapted home.
by Spinal Tap.
Fair access.
A bunch of other, but I did. I forget who the band is, but there's a song called Your Love Is My Heart Disease.
Oh, wow.
And I had Charlie play it on Valentine's Day, and the chorus is, and shot my Cupid out of the sky, ripped off his wings and gouged out his eyes. That's a great Valentine's Day song.
Have you seen the new one? Second Spinal Tap.
No, I haven't. Won't be a third. Won't be a third.
No.
Dog 1065. Mike Bailey, Stuart Reb Donald, devoted to the complete gastronomic experience. On FM Talk 1065.
All right, Stu is just lighting it to bit.
Well, Steve had asked what we did for Christmas, and I had totally forgotten that I had planned a week ahead to cook myself a nice Christmas morning breakfast. So I had myself a nice old slab of country ham, couple of biscuits, some grits, and some homemade red eye gravy.
Yeah.
With both ingredients, oil and coffee. And
There you
that's
go.
all that goes in it. No brown sugar, no molasses, no roux, and certainly no tomato sauce, which I saw on Food Network one time because they had no idea why it was called red eye gravy. Coffee, strong coffee is called red eye. Simple as that, red eye gravy. I've seen other ones that say that it looks like a red eye in the pan because the coffee's there and the oil gets on the outside, but it doesn't because coffee is brown. I'm fairly certain it just comes from the fact that coffee is called red
Well,
eye.
the whole idea behind red eye was if you take the red eye flight, I mean, it's the latest flight, you got to get up
Yeah.
early or
Red
whatever.
eye. In fact, there's a brand of coffee called Red Eye that has like twice the caffeine in normal coffee. Like no one would need that. But so yeah, I had myself biscuits and biscuits with red eye gravy, grits, country ham, couple scrambled eggs. Yeah, I had myself a good old breakfast. But we were talking about meatloaf. Meatloaf is a genre.
Genre.
A genre. I'll throw one at you. You've been to Mediterranean Sandwich Company or some other Euro shack,
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen the meat that they carve.
Mm-hmm.
That is a loaf made of 50% ground lamb and 50% ground beef with spices mixed in.
Okay.
That is a meatloaf.
That's what I was reading is that the best meatloaf ingredients, 2 pounds ground beef, 80/20 blend. Alan, what?
80-20, 80% lean, 20% fat. That's ground chuck.
I got it.
You only had so much ground beef, but you had so many mouths to feed. What can we do to string it out? Well,
Slap
we
it
can
together, yeah.
Well, we can add some breadcrumbs to it.
Mhm.
We can add oatmeal to it. We can add
Oatmeal?
crushed, quick oatmeal, unflavored. Really good for it. It makes it extremely healthy as well. Crushed crackers are also very common. Yeah. You just need some kind of breading that's going to soak up the fat
Panko.
and the stuff that, panko. Alec Naaman used panko in the meatloaf, I believe, at Naaman's Market years ago. He used panko for all his breadcrumbs. But it's whatever you got, ground turkey. If you've got some, a friend of mine used to, when they were trying to eat healthy, would make a meatloaf with ground turkey and oatmeal.
Yeah.
It was an okay meatloaf. But the next day, it made the best meatloaf sandwich you've ever had. It was an unbelievable meatloaf sandwich. Mike's sitting here nodding off, thinking about meatloaf.
I'm sitting here dreaming. Meatloaf. I was a meatloaf.
Didn't you,
Yeah.
you mentioned it wasn't there a meatloaf sandwich at the downtown diner, Bob's? I thought you said there.
Meatloaf omelet.
Omelet.
So they do have a
Yeah.
meatloaf sandwich, but yes,
Yeah.
they have a meatloaf omelet. And Mike and I went to Bob's last week after the show for a little Christmas dinner, but I did not get the meatloaf omelet, although that had been my intention, because I saw Mitchell's omelet, which has inside of it wilted spinach. That's always nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And bacon, and ground patty sausage, and ground up Conecuh sausage.
Oh, wow.
And it was a spectacular omelet. Was not overpowering, because one of the things that I found with Conecuh is it was just like white people trying to cook with curry in the 70s. They kill everything with it.
Right.
I mean, gumbo with Conecuh in it is unedible because all you taste is Conecuh. It's not
Right.
good for gumbo.
Overpowering.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people overuse it. Well, this was just enough of it so that you tasted separately all three pork products that were in it. It was delicious.
Do you happen to know what Mike Bob puts down into his meatloaf or his type?
I do not know. And
It's ground beef. It's probably the
Yes,
head of
it's
the
ground beef, but I know for me personally, there are all types of meatloafs out there, and all of them are known to have a sauce of some sort on them.
That's the topic. Yeah.
But a lot of restaurants use a brown gravy. I
That's
do
more of
not.
another thing. The ketchup to me, much better.
I
Or
do
barbecue
not
sauce.
care for the brown gravy. I do
Yeah.
not care for the brown.
Yeah,
gravy.
it's not as good. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
To me, that's
It's from the Northeast more, that brown gravy. It's a German influence going to
Okay.
be on it.
but
Yeah, I'm blaming the Germans for
Well,
it.
you can blame a
It's
German.
a ketchup, but that sauce is actually called sauce Espanol. It is a French sauce named after the Spanish. It's just beef gravy.
But let me tell you what. I was at the Greer's in Fairhope one night doing a tasting with Bailey's original root beer barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said babies at first.
Yeah.
I was like,
And
you tasting baby.
I was talking to Lucy came up to me and we were talking about different things. And that's been a few years back. And she said, have you tried the Miss So-and-so's meatloaf topping? And I said, no. And so I walked over there, and this lady, maybe late 70s, early 80s, had perfected the sauce, the tomato-based sauce, to go on it. Because she says, all these young brides today, they don't know how to make the tomato-based ketchup-style sauce to go on top of meatloaf.
Yeah, so you
So
can't-
I've done it for them.
yeah,
And I put it in a jar and marketed it. Now, I don't know if that product's still around.
yeah. Meatloaf comes to us from Italy, and that's why you see it topped with tomato sauce.
Well, that makes sense.
That's an Italian meatloaf, which is delicious.
But I just thought it was a brilliant idea.
Mhm.
Having it already ready to pour on top of the meatloaf.
Well, you can put Worcestershire sauce in, so that really has a nice spice to it.
Mhm.
And that way, you were mentioning not barbecue, root
Yeah.
beer. I've had A&W root beer mixed in. Oh man, dude, that
Mhm.
yeah.
And that's more of a vanilla-y taste.
Oh, but it was
Whereas,
And sarsaparilla,
yeah.
yeah.
Whereas
Molasses,
Barks
you know.
is pure
birch beer.
sassafras.
Well, no, it's
Oh, okay.
birch.
And,
It's not sassafras, it's birch.
but it's got, it's heavily,
Kind of sharp.
Yeah,
it's got a
birch is
bite.
much sharper than
It
the
says, Barks got bite in the
Yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
That's because it has caffeine. Not all root beers have
Yeah,
caffeine.
most root beers don't have caffeine. It's naturally uncaffeinated.
Mhm.
Now, Michael, you would have loved my mother's meatloaf. Okay, she discovered you take a pound of ground beef and a pound of Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage and mix it together.
Oh, sounds good.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
I like to do that with some Italian sausage.
Any ground sausage
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah,
I've
you
done
were
it with.
talking about Kaneka with that. Could you do?
Yeah.
Or would it be over?
I have done a stuffed meatloaf before, where I took pans, the little small loaf pans,
Mhm.
filled it halfway, put a piece of grilled Kaneka in it, covered it up the rest of the way, and then cooked the meatloafs on my smoker. Then which is based on an Italian holiday dish where they run a length of Italian sausage through the middle of a meatloaf and cook it like that. So when you cut into the thing, you've got a real round disc staring at you from your slice of square meatloaf.
You could do cheese that way too, like a mozzarella or something.
Yeah, a lot of the cheese, there are cheese meatloafs out there. I've seen a lot of grocery stores do them, and they just mix in shredded cheddar in with the mix. But you make meatloaf with whatever is on hand.
Jalapenos. Oh,
Yeah.
man, dude.
Yeah.
Get you some
For
jalapenos.
you, maybe, not me.
No,
I just can't.
I'm just saying that'd be
It would be 2 days.
Mhm.
It's belching and hurting,
yeah, well.
Awesome. I worked at a steakhouse called Red Star Tavern that was over in Spanish Fort years ago, and they had a meatloaf that had big chunks of mushroom in it, and they topped it with a barbecue sauce glaze.
Never had
That stuff was so good. That was,
Oh,
and it had pork. It had ground pork mixed in with the beef as well,
Mhm.
so it was porky.
So I was reading here something that said 8 common mistakes that will leave you with subpar meatloaf. And one of those is you're slicing into the loaf too early.
Yeah, you need to any meat that you cook, you need to let it sit for anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to let the temperature come down so that the liquids in it will get reabsorbed back into it. It's like you get a brand new steak, hot off the grill, you cut into it, it leaks everywhere. You let it sit there for 5 to 7 minutes, it won't leak everywhere.
Interesting.
We're redistributing the liquids inside of it back in there.
I just thought, as soon as it's done, man, I'm ready to go. Cut it.
Yeah, that's just
Have it out,
that's
put
just the
potato
same
with
with any protein. You just want to let it rest.
Get it while it's hot.
vegetables in the meatloaf.
Yeah, I just said mushrooms. I've always put onions in there.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I
So
was
yeah,
thinking like peppers or
sure. You want to?
Yeah.
Corn probably wouldn't be.
Onions, I've had it with onions.
Oh,
Onions and peppers I've had. Jalapenos, like you mentioned, I've had. I'll tell you this, I'm not one for steak sauce, but it makes a great glaze for meatloaf.
See, that's what I was meaning with like the
Yeah.
Worcestershire or the
Yeah,
A1.
well, the A1 bold and spicy is
Right.
really good.
Ooh.
Luger's Steakhouse is in Brooklyn. It's the most famous steakhouse in America. And we'll talk about it when we come back. 251-343-0106.
Luger's.
Yeah.
I should never do that. I should never name a Luger restaurant like that.
Well, Peter Luger.
Luger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Lugie's. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Peter Luger's Steakhouse.
This when with Dr. Luke Engerizer.
I was saying to myself, I don't know what he's talking about.
Medical
Never heard of that.
You ever heard of Peter Luger's?
No.
What about Burns, Tampa? Oh, yeah. Peter Luger's a lot
The
more famous than Burns.
reason I know about that is because they have one of the largest wine guests in the world.
Yeah.
Morning, then mostly sunny this afternoon with temperatures in the mid 70s.
Peter Luger's just in Brooklyn. It's not like the Palms that you see everywhere. Palms is expensive.
Sunny and cooler with highs in the
A friend of mine went there one time because it was a movie company in town that was picking up the tab, so they took him to the Palm. He said, I got the cheapest thing on the menu. It was a piece of chicken breast. It was $200.
Regional bank.
He said, my boss, my other guy, both of them, we'll take the biggest lobster you got.
Surface lobster and fillet.
Yeah, that's what they were getting. Theirs was $2,000 a piece. They dropped over 10,000 on one.
I recommend you prevent blindness
Like
by
5 or 6 people.
screening today. If you own an old
Really interesting.
car, donate it today to Heritage for the Blind.
How much money does pornography make?
No, no, it's just thinking seafood and meatloaf.
Heritage for the Blind is an IRS recognized non-profit organization
Uh,
that helps promote eye health and
I wouldn't.
He used to make a seafood sausage.
I'm sorry?
A sausage from seafood. It was calamari and shrimp. They turned it into a paste, wrapped it around a quail egg, breaded it, and fried it as a riff on Scotch egg. It was incredible. But Pete said it was a nightmare doing it all. We had it at the grand opening of Squid 8 months. He took it off the menu about 2 or 3 months later because the seafood sausage is just so hard to get consistency out of it.
Yeah, that's an interesting, that would be an interesting plan in case everything.
Downloads to your mobile device. Just listed on the
One thing we didn't mention is, hey,
thing.
you always gotta have it.
Yeah, some kind of binder.
Yeah.
Just without spending more.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Or mayonnaise. You know what mayonnaise is?
Egg is egg, but I just.
Raw egg.
Yeah.
Emulsified with oil. And
I like my mayonnaise, my egg mixed with eggs.
mhm. A fried egg sandwich is eggs 2 ways, hard and liquid.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't eat raw eggs. I mean, not, I can do scrambled, but I can't do it fried. I just can't do it.
Wow.
I can shove a freaking like that, no problem.
There is absolutely no health benefits to eating a
fried
raw egg. Hey, that's us, buddy.
Talk 1065.
All right, and I do anything with gumbo.
Meatloaf. Yeah.
I know a lot of people do gumbo at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I used to
Thanksgiving and
make
Christmas.
gumbo all the
Traditional in Mobile,
Yeah.
going back to the 1800s.
Yeah, I used to make it. It just takes it's so expensive these days to do it. But anyway, going back to the meatloaf,
You put meatloaf in gumbo and call it gumbo?
it has okra in it.
If it.
As long as it's got that okra, man, we
Meatloaf
good.
gumbo.
Long
Why
as
not?
Yeah.
Look, I learned my lesson a long time ago about make sure that okra's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Yeah.
We didn't mention putting eggs in.
Yeah, put eggs in. It's a binder.
My question is, can you put like crab or seafood in?
If you could, I don't know if you'd want to.
I mean, would that what would would the taste? Because the richness of
I got to think if it tasted good, some Cajun would have already done it.
that's true.
Popped it with remoulade.
That's true.
I like crawfish.
Yeah. But I was talking before we went on break. Peter Luger's Steakhouse in Brooklyn, New York, is the most famous steakhouse probably in the world.
Who? Never heard of it.
Yeah. You're not in the know, boy. It ain't famous in Laurel. But they essentially invented the concept of steak sauce. And they tell you when they bring you their steak sauce to the table, this goes on anything but the steak. So I found a bottle of Peter Luger's famous steak sauce. It's ketchup with minced onions in it.
Minced onions.
Yeah.
I kind of like with Mike. You put in a raw onion, and I like a big chunk of it.
When you do onions and meatloaf, a good way to do it is to get your box grater out and grate the onions. So you don't have any chunks and you get all the juice in
I
there.
don't like a chunk, buddy. I like it chunky. We got Jarhead, by the way.
All right.
Uh-oh, Jarhead. I bet he's got a meatloaf idea.
How was your Christmas, Jarhead?
Drop around a turkey without a thermometer.
Okay.
How'd that go?
It turned out great. I used an infrared thermometer that I had laying around because I had broke mine and I forgot to go buy another one. But
I'm sure the mercury does wonders for the turkey.
well, it's a fried turkey. It was delicious, and I eat enough of it that I won't need none until next Thanksgiving.
There you go. That's how you do it.
We were talking about cooking some kind of pork a while ago. You said don't season it this certain way because you make it taste like bacon. Well, what's wrong with that?
Because the traditional dish is not smoked. I was saying don't smoke it. Because have you ever had a fresh ham that's not smoked, but roasted in an oven? It's unbelievable.
Probably a long time ago.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's nice to try these things not smoked that are smoked because they're delicious without smoking. And then it helps you appreciate the smoke when you get it too.
There's two things I want to talk to you guys about. First is, I heard you say you had 3 listeners a while ago. Well, who's the other 2 other than me?
We're at the 6 right now, man. We're at the 6.
But I recently got into, and I've never liked them when I was younger. It was kind of like going to Hardee's and getting white gravy. White gravy to me was just taboo. It's white limers. And I have started getting to where I love me some white limers with some Conecuh sausage in it. And I actually made some yesterday for the first time. But I'm asking you guys, what is the best way? Mine turned out great, but I used the dry beans, and they just take so daggone long.
That's what makes them great, man. Slow cooking.
I put them in a crock pot, let them go for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Put cornstarch in there with them to thicken them up a little bit, and some Conecuh sausage with some cornbread. Ooh, make your tongue beat your brains out.
If you want beans and peas done faster than that, just open a can. I mean, where they've already done all of that long cooking for you, and I get it. It's not the same. Except the Allen's, that brand Allen's that you find at Dollar General,
Right.
man, I'm telling you right now, the peas and beans in those cans are as good as what Grandma makes.
Well, I have found out, I always used to cook fresh collards for New Year's. If they got it Rouse's in the pan, they're so much quicker. And just brown a little bacon in the bottom of the pan, you dump them in there and go for it. Oh, yeah, for a reason.
Yeah, you gonna make swamp soup? That's what I do for New Year's. In fact, I made some for Christmas for my family.
No, I think I'm going to do probably some fried pork chops, some black-eyed peas, rice.
Sounds like you're going to Butch Cassidy's on a regular Wednesday.
Hey, what's wrong with that? I haven't had a Butch burger.
Nothing.
Fun.
Whose fault's that?
That is the Wednesday special at Butch Cassidy's. But what does he normally do for New Year's Eve? Do you remember, Mike? Is it ham steaks? He does the ham steaks.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Roy always does traditional New Year's food for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Black-eyed peas and
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, you're talking about that Butch burger. If you're ever down in the New Orleans and on the Bourbon Street and go, let's say to the liberal side of Bourbon Street, there's a little place down there. I think it used to be a Waffle House. Yeah, I've seen it on an episode of NCIS New Orleans. It's called the Clover Grill.
Clover Grill.
Now, they have a hamburger. When they bring it out on the plate, it kind of makes a Butch burger look like a Hardy biscuit.
It's a big old thing, huh?
big old thing, huh?
Big old burger.
Well, I'll tell you, Roy was in New Orleans recently and got my favorite burger I've ever had. And it's odd because New Orleans is not a burger city. You can find some good ones
We
there.
got Port Call.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That's my favorite burger in America.
Mm-hmm.
They have one kind of cheese, shredded. They don't melt it.
Oh.
Don't need to.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Well, the part that meets the burger melts.
Yeah.
The part on top doesn't. You lose the flavor in cheese when you melt
Mm-hmm.
it drastically. But I mean, and and their options are you can have a salad, you can have a baked potato, or you can have a salad and baked potato. I mean,
Let me get
yeah, so that's another good one in New Orleans, Jarhead. That's what I got. Blue cheese on that salad. Well, but yeah, next time you're in New Orleans, man, that's in the. I struggle with the Marigny district on, I believe on Esplanade. I struggle with that whole neighborhood. Great neighborhood. Just the other side of the French Quarter, much hipper, less touristy. Great bars and restaurants in that area.
So Jarhead, you got a meatloaf recipe, man?
Ground beef.
And we're done.
And that's it. Put it in low pan. Put little onions and little peppers in it. Pour a little ketchup on top. Now Rouse's used to sell. You were talking about the pre-canned stuff. Rouse's used to sell an actual Hunt brand
Mhm.
meatloaf sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what the difference was between that and tomato paste, but
I think it was basically Mandwich sauce. It was
That's
very
great,
similar to
yeah.
Mandwich sauce, which also would make a good tomato glaze. Yeah. Mandwich poured over the top would be good.
That's just amazing.
Yeah. This whole our entire economy is built around
Convenience. That's the word I'm looking for. It's convenient.
same thing. Convenience and laser, same thing. Well, Jarhead, we hope that you have the happiest of New Year's, my friend.
we'll talk to y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Next
All
year.
right, provolone, brother.
You know, talk about mixing your proteins, your beef and then the pork.
Veal.
That's like bolognese.
Mhm.
You know, I like doing Italian sausage.
Mhm.
And now a long time ago, Conecuh used to sell a pack of ground
Yeah, patties.
patties. What patty? It was like,
Nettles still does.
who does?
Nettles sausage.
Nettles,
Yeah,
okay.
they have a smoked patty sausage. No
But I want it that seasoned. My hamburger, I just want it, basic, not basic, but I do like to do bolognese and it's an all day long thing for me. I get up, eat breakfast, I'll start chopping,
Mhm.
and I do it in layers like gumbo. I just do it in layers until it's done around 6 or 7 that evening.
Yeah. Well, you know how it's traditional to add a little sugar into a bolognese to tighten it up. No, it's to tighten it up so it's not watery. That's the only purpose. It's very little sugar. That is traditional.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Well, that's how they do it in Italy, where they invented it, Mike.
Mhm.
But sometimes the sugar content will be from carrots.
Okay.
They will shred carrots.
But
I've done that. It's very good, but it's also very carroty. I mean, you can
You
taste
don't have to put as many carrots in there.
You're in there for the sugar. So you got to put a lot of carrots in it if you're going for the sugar.
I do what the recipe says. It's
Yeah.
really not that much, but
Yeah. But now, are you using tomato paste?
probably.
That's your sugar.
Well, all that's got sugar in it.
Yeah. Well, that tomato paste is tomato sauce with a ton of sugar reduced down into a paste.
You don't see,
Yeah.
and it is
And
tomato.
that's what, and it's that much sugar is just all you're after. That little
Right.
bits in the paste that makes the whole thing come together. It's an emulsifier. It keeps the
Mhm.
water and the fat from separating.
You see a lot of low sodium this and low sodium that, but I don't ever see any low sugar or
Because you don't look. Look, G. Hughes. I gave you a whole brand that's all he does. Tomato
Yeah, that's
sauce,
right. You
barbecue
did.
sauce, ketchup,
Mhm.
all that. G. Hughes. And it's all really good stuff. He's a former Food Network chef who just looked at the diabetes issue in this country and said, what can I do to fix that?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what Paul thinks. Grand Bay, you got meatloaf toppings?
Yeah, man. My mama Mike would love it. She would make her own meatloaf sauce, like as Stu said, ketchup. They get a bowl, dump a bunch of ketchup in there, and then get a jar of mustard out. Probably put a tablespoon of mustard.
Mhm.
It was before the squeeze bottles, I'm talking about
The little jar, yeah.
Great
And,
poupon.
Well, no, probably French's or whatever was on sale. But then she would add Worcestershire sauce,
Mhm.
A1, and some Heinz 57.
Mm.
Mix it all up. Get a good, get it all blended together. Make her meatloaf, mop the sides, and then she pour a kind of a thick layer on top. And man, that thing was good. It come out just like Mike like, you know.
Brown and
Yeah,
blackened.
oh, man, yeah.
Well,
And you're right too. It made the greatest meatloaf sandwiches.
Mhm.
today.
let me ask you this. Would she ever take the stick of a stirring spoon and then poke holes down in the meatloaf and then pour the sauce, and let the holes fill up? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do you have that recipe?
Mike's got a little trickling down his mouth right now.
Mhm.
I'm telling you.
Thinking about meatloaf. He's gonna go back to Bob's, get that omelet now. Hey man, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, buddy.
Y'all roll along.
Roll along, buddy.
251-343-0106. We got one last segment to go. Now we're listening to the smooth sounds of Michael Bailey and his trio.
Because the dang thing didn't fire. I had to come up with something quick.
I like that.
Well, we could every Christmas just do
Come up with something quick. but
Yeah.
the trigger didn't fire.
every Christmas we could just do the Vince Guaraldi music from Charlie Brown. I'd be happy.
I just came up with, I just said jazz.
Do we have a use here or something?
Now, they offer a range of processed
Old Lang Syne, I can put on Lang Syne.
There's that one, and from Holiday Inn, Bing Crosby did one.
Monday through Sunday.
1 minute to midnight, 1 minute to go, 1 minute to say goodbye before you say hello.
Well, what about
Processing.
Kissing the new year in. Saying
Processing in Thomasville.
This is pretty fire, so why didn't you?
he died of cancer?
Lots of people died. Cancer, man.
For life.
You're gonna have to narrow that down a bit.
Early. For life.
Turn it off and we'll figure something.
You only got to do it one more time today.
Well, there's four different triggers. So you have to. I was thinking of the what was Old Lang Syne with Dan Fogelberg.
Dad Fogelberg, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just call 800
The Muppets version.
406 to set the wheel.
So, Mike, I learned some background on the song "White Christmas" by Irving Berlin.
Yeah.
He wrote that song because he lost his infant son on Christmas
save
Eve.
women's lives, helping them catch breast cancer early, like they did with my mom.
Changes the whole. It was him visualizing the Christmases that could have
7406.
had together.
800-526-7406.
Before the Senior Bowl game, January 31st, the Senior Bowl Fan Fest will be held at the southwest lawn of Hancock Whitney Stadium at 10:30. This fun zone will include food, family activities, and a chance to meet the New Orleans Saints cheer crew and college mascots from across the country. The path to the draft team walk will pass through the Southside parking lot 105 at 11. See the players on their way to the stadium. SeniorBowl.com for more.
Pretty old British song.
Brought to you by
A little late now.
Downtown.
We'll not be back
Bing
on.
Crosby, let's start the new year right.
That's the word I was just telling you.
Funky New Year by the Eagles. B-side.
What now?
It's the B-side to Party Hardy.
Oh.
Funky New Year by the Eagles. We were talking about B-sides on the way.
Duo of dining.
We're supposed to be doing the clarinet part.
106.
Oh.
Back to Mike and Stu.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right, welcome back to
Welcome
the
back.
B-side.
Welcome back. The B side of the episode.
That's it.
Jarhead called right back in during the break, just said, hey, use venison in your meatloaf. I have done that.
Bison.
Yeah, bison's
man.
very good.
Mhm.
Ground elk and the bison together. Oh, I bet
The
that.
ostrich is the most lean protein.
It is a really lean, the healthiest protein we can consume on planet Earth is whale meat, but it's unless you live in Japan, it's illegal.
Not python?
No, python is not delicious either. Whale is supposed to be delicious. It's another, well, it's a mammal. It's not a fish.
Right.
It's red meat, like you would eat a steak. They eat whale steaks. In fact, if you've ever read Moby Dick, they refer to, he can't wait to catch this whale, and he's going to cut himself. Whoever harpoons it gets to cut the first steak out of it and enjoy it. But like I say, other than Japan, it's not legal to consume whale. The international community says it's not legal for Japan to consume whale either, and they say it's our culture. Get in our way, we'll shoot you. There've been a lot of battles around
we hunted them to extinction, so there's a reason for that. Yeah.
the Southern Ocean. In case y'all didn't know, we got another ocean on planet Earth. We were taught wrong in school. There is a separate ocean that encircles Antarctica that never mixes water with the Atlantic or the Pacific. And it's called the Southern Ocean. They've only figured it out like in the last 20 years or so.
Well, what is the planet? 90%? I mean, we only live on like
It's about 70% water.
Yeah.
The surface area is
Yeah.
70% water because there's a lot less water under the surface than there
We
is.
only
on top.
explored 5% of the ocean.
Yeah.
What are we doing in space? That's a whole different show.
We know we do know more about the surface of Mars than we do the bottom of the oceans.
Yes.
On
Crazy.
I wonder if you, let's say, the highest point of the mountains
Mhm.
and then the deepest part of the sea, if you like could compress it like this, I know some of you could see it,
It would just be a marble.
would there be a layer of water on top of the earth, or would there be
Mount Everest in the deepest part of the trench, was that
Marianas Trench. Yeah.
it still would not, it would still be
Yeah.
hundreds of miles. That's how deep it is.
Okay.
So yeah. It's deep.
Yeah. If Mount Everest would fill it up, and I think there would be 2 miles left of the trench above
Yes.
Mount
Yeah.
Everest once
Yeah.
you dumped it into the trench.
Crazy.
So the Andes in there too.
Why not? Or the Andes.
How would you just leave it like it is?
Oh, I thought you said Indies. You were talking about like independent films.
We'll just leave it like it is and get back on meatloaf.
He has arrived. I wonder what kind of meatloaf man he is.
Charlie, you like meatloaf?
I love meatloaf.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What's
Matter of fact, Marguerite will cook a big one and cut it up and freeze 3 of them. And
what song do you like of his?
Heaven by the dashboard light. You know, Charlie's a heaven by the dashboard light.
There you
guy.
go.
Always
When I
has
first met
been.
him, he seemed like one.
Did you have a good Christmas, Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie's in here, by the way, y'all.
yeah, it
Sure.
was a fine Christmas, and the best part, we got together with family.
Yeah.
That's
And
important.
Your
That's
own?
most-
that is important.
Your own family or just a random one?
Oh, no, we picked one up down in Tillman's Corner. Walking around the parking lot.
Yeah. Walmart's got everything.
Well, they all got bicycles out there. Somebody must have gave a bunch of bicycles.
You need to get on one of them green scooters that you rent. Just, get a family outing in that way. Go downtown.
Hey, that's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except we don't have- except we don't have-
They're inherited.
We don't have any bike lanes to drive in,
No.
sidewalks in most places.
They don't stop them. They just drive anywhere they want to with those things.
Yeah,
Mm.
not me.
True.
Well, Merry Christmas. Good to see you and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and everybody listening.
All 4 of you.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. What about your folks? I thought they listened to it.
My folks are calling.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See, that's just how much I know. Now,
well, it was 4 until I got out of the car. It was 4 until I got out of the car, so we're down to 3.
Mike, talk about champagne real quick. Get y'all some champagne.
Folks, get out there.
Throw it on.
You know, there's going to be, it is champagne season. It is a lot of heavier drinking.
Sparkling
season. So be careful this year how much you consume. Try to have a designated driver. Just stay home and drink, but you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get really good champagne or sparkling. Cook's is very popular, which I've mentioned before. But in the Napa Valley area, they make like Charles Krug has a Napa version. Mom's has a Napa version or California version. You can get some really good sparklings out of California that are just as good, if not better, than some of the French stuff you're getting. Nothing against French. I love French wines.
It's expensive.
It's just expensive.
Prosecco and Cava are not.
Those are great alternatives. I just rather we don't get any money from Cooks, but
Yeah.
I'd rather wake up New Year's morning, celebrate with some Cooks that night, or maybe one a little better, and then next morning make you some mimosas. Or get some cranberry juice
Or poinsettia.
Poinsettias, cranberry juice, or the orange juice, and go online and look at YouTube how the proper portions you should pour, and then just throw that away. Throw that away and pour what you want to pour.
Yeah.
But yeah, mimosas on New Year's morning, and that way you get some vitamin C.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it was a big trend to make Jell-O with champagne because the effervescence would get caught into the gelatin. Did you ever try that?
No.
Sounds cool, doesn't it?
Jello shooters, is that what you're suggesting?
Oh, the alcohol would have been cooked out of this, or when there wouldn't be enough alcohol for it to matter. It's just enough that you're trapping bubbles in that gelatin, so they release when you eat it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I'm
If you want-
familiar with that.
If you want a similar sensation, go to Rock and Roll Sushi and get the sushi with Pop Rocks on top.
There you go.
What?
Yeah, you don't really taste them, but you have that sensation while you're eating the sushi of the rocks popping.
Wow.
It is neat.
I have not explored that portion.
I had
Yeah.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
They do what they call a thriller roll, which, ooh, dude, that crab meat on top. Man.
It's a good place. I like Rock and Roll Sushi.
Great concept.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful concept. But people come up with new ideas all the time. That was a great one. About Keith Fleming over there. He's the one that took that thing of me
Mm-hmm.
dressed up for Christmas
As a hot
that
dog.
chase and made it live.
Mhm.
Where I was laughing in it.
And
But he had come up with Big Potato Company,
Mhm.
and it's baked potatoes and sandwiches, and you got several dozen different ways to make baked potatoes. Just seems great. So why didn't I think of that?
I'll tell you, one of the best things I've ever had on a baked potato was Kahlua barbecue sauce.
Really?
Barbecue sauce itself, not great, but it was great in a baked potato. Because I've tried it on burgers and a couple of barbecue. And I don't know, I really don't.
Let me write that down.
If you can find it. All right, folks, this is the last time you'll ever hear from us this year. It'll be a year from now before you hear from us again.
That's it. Folks, get out there, support local, be local. Be careful with your alcohol intake.
And remember, designated driver is not the person who's drank the least. It's the person who's drank nothing.
Responsibly, and yes, absolutely. So get out there, be safe, folks. And of all else,
Provolone.
Provolone, yes. We want a provolone next year too.
Way over, way over.
Yeah, we're long gone.